everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with a Phoenix Knights racing team. You may just be able to hear the music. Of course, it's turned down for copyright reasons, but it's so good to hear it again. It's been 2 weeks, I think, since I last played this game, and I am really glad to be back. I've kind of missed it. So we're going full speed ahead on the channel now. We've started Stainless Steel in earnest. Pillars of Eternity is continuing on, and we're now starting up the new season of Motorsport Manager. So hopefully there'll be something to whet your appetite between the strategy, the simulation, or the roleplay games that are all ongoing at the moment. Anyhow, we're here for Motorsport Manager. Last time we left off, which feels like an eternity ago, Sundin wrapped up championship victory. Phoenix Knights wrapped up championship victory, which means we are getting promoted, or an opportunity has arisen for us to get promoted. And I left you asking for your advice, for your thoughts. Do we go up? Do we stay? What do we do? At the back end of the last session, I also found a potential signing. A new driver, Nikolai Surikov, a 25-year-old Russian with stats that were just absolutely, phenomenal compared to what we've seen so far. He's also a pay driver, and he was interested in coming to the team. I asked for your opinion. Your advice on that. Should we sign him? We've had Valdez here for 3 seasons, and he's been an absolute character and a half. 2-time European racing champion. Absolutely great for the marketability, and he's been a character. Rivalries, new hairstyles, his own album. He's been an absolute character and a half. But that alone does not win you titles, does not win you championships, especially in the top tier. We can't live on good characters. We need capable characters to drive the car. And I'm afraid Sergio Valdez, somebody has come along now who is better than you. And it is with heavy heart that Brian Potter has to say goodbye to Sergio Valdez, because the first decision that he has made is we're getting this new driver. Now to the crux of the matter. As I sip on a glass of wine, a little bit tipsy, do excuse me. Surikov is coming to us now. Now we are still technically in the Asia Pacific Cup. We haven't accepted a promotion into the top division yet, and he still wants to come. So that means that he would be happy to come even if we didn't accept promotion. Now the second choice that Potter's made, I'll tell you now, is we are going to get promoted. We're going to accept promotion because he doesn't want to stagnate here for another season. Yes, it would be good to consolidate, give us a bit more of a springboard to bounce into the next division with. Forget it. Fortune favours the brave, and we're taking the plunge. We're going up first time and seeing how it goes. So if we wait to sign him until we get promoted, I think he'll ask for more money. So we need to sign him before we accept promotion, because that will impact upon how much he asks for. So we're going to approach him straight away, bearing in mind he's a paid driver as well, so we're not paying full price for him in terms of the racing, and we're going to offer him pretty much as possible. Okay, maybe we're not going to offer him that much. Jesus wept. He's got a lot of patience, but the important thing is to try and sign him before the season starts. Now this is interesting because that's a lot of money. I think the sponsor's paying about 600 grand or something for the paid driver status. So if we offer him $1 million, say, per race, which is absolutely ridiculous, but considering they're going to pay about 500, 600k, that means we're paying only 400k for him. It's not really that bad. So we're going to go in for the grand old figure of 1 million already. Once a long contract, we'll give him that. Equal status with Sundin. And this is where things get interesting. Bonuses. We're going to go real harsh here and say, if you come in first, you can have all the money. Because that's not going to happen. It's unlikely that this is going to happen. So I don't think we're going to be paying this out that often. I think what they're most important, what they're most bothered about is the value of the bonus rather than the actual target. So if we're offering max value, despite the fact we're offering a really high target, I think he's going to be happy with that. And then the signing on fee. He prefers a signing on fee of some description. Holy flipping cow. We're going to bankrupt ourselves getting this guy. We're going to offer 1.35. So this is an expensive deal, yes, but you've seen his stats. He's definitely worth it. So we're going to offer. And the only reason why I'm offering so high to start with rather than negotiating low and going up is because we need to get him quickly. Preferably on the first time of asking. To try and get him before we accept promotion. Because if we get promoted and we're still negotiating, it may just bunce up the asking price of the various contract parts. So the offer has been sent. Yeah, they're paying 518,000, that's fine. So we'll effectively be paying them about 500k, which is less than we're paying Sundin, I think. So that's actually not working out too badly. Where's the damn drivers? Here we go. So how are we paying Sundin? We're paying Sundin about... Okay, we're paying at 444, so we'll be paying a little bit more than Sundin, but we're getting more bang for our buck. Okay. So that is the driver situation. The staff situation is going to remain as it is. We're quite happy with our 2 race mechanics for next season. The designer, I'm a little bit umming and ahhing, but considering it's going to cost us 2 million to break his contract, I think we'll stick with him for 1 season. For the designer, I think it's more important to actually have better components rather than actually better stats. And this guy has really dire components. We could do with somebody that's got a component that gives us additional great slots or additional good slots to help us develop our car quicker, especially in the early stages of the championship. But we're a little bit hamstrung in finances, so we're going to stick with old Bristow for 1 more season. So that's it. Other than that, time is going to advance. Now this episode is all about preparing for next season. There's going to be no racing. We're just going to get ourselves ready for that first race in the top division. Contracts running down. Oh! I didn't realise Sundin was coming up to a renewed contract. Oh my god, we better sort that out. We better sort that out ASA bloody P. We're going to do the same for her. She says bonus size isn't very important, but we'll give her the same offer as well. We'll give her the same offer. Long contract, lock her in, equal status, of course. Wages aren't very important. Now, we'll give her a slight pay rise to 461 from 444. That should be... You know what? No, we'll be very generous. We'll give her 537. We'll give her a nice bonus. She is the champion after all. So we'll give her a bit of a wage rise and see if she likes that. Of course, Valdez contract is just going to whittle away. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. Must respond. I've got it under control. Don't worry. Don't worry. Completely and utterly under control. The thing is, if we don't get Sirikov and we haven't offered Valdez a new contract, we could be in a pickle. Car repair is finished, makes no difference. And here we go, this is where we accept. This may still affect the negotiations, unfortunately. But let's go through things here, one at a time. Somebody's retiring. Monroe, Cooper, Laurie, Few more retirements. Nobody's ringing a bell here. Let's get to the good stuff. Prize money. Give it to me. 30 million smackaroonies. Add it to the kitty. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Manager of the season. Of course it's Brian Potter. Of course it is. He takes the plaudits. Driver of the season. It's probably not Sundin. I don't know how this game works it out, but it's never usually the driver you think it is. No, it's Hannah Fiore. Of course it is. It's not the champion. It's not the champion Sundin who has been absolutely driving her socks off for the first half of the season in an inferior car. No, it's not her. No, it's Hannah Fiore. In the best car, didn't win the title. Yeah, of course it is. Damn travesty. Who cares? She won the thing that matters, and that's the championship. Right, here we go. Promotion opportunity. Would you like to accept it? Go up to the World Motorsport Championship? More glamour, more money, racing with the big boys? Land of milk and honey awaits? No. Yes, of course we do. Of course we bloody well do. Right, 2020 rules, rule changes. Rule changes here. Wait a minute. You accepted promotion into the World Motorsport Championship, but that says Felix Deitz decided not to take up my offer. We did actually. We just accepted. Why is it saying we decided not to take him up on his offer? We did accept it. You accepted promotion. Am I reading this wrong? I mean, I know I've had a couple of glasses of wine here, but this seems to be a bit of a strange situation. I think we did accept it, to be honest. Yeah, look, we're in it. I think we're in it. Slip of the tongue from old Ernie Heckelrock there. Right, we're going to take a quick look at the rules. I don't know if we checked this out last time, actually, but we're going to check the rules out. So we've got long practice sessions to perfect our setup and perfect our tyre maximisation and race strategies and things. Long qualifying sessions as well. Slightly longer races on average, which places more of an emphasis on overall team quality, which is bad for us in the early stages because we're not the best team around. Normal pit lane speed limit, unlimited pit crew, which means we can change tyres and refuel and fix parts all at the same time, which is nice. Top 10 get given points. This is the current point system for Formula 1 as it is now, so we're familiar with that. Normal width slick tyres, the second highest performance tyres, which is good. Cortez tyres, all about endurance. We can choose our own tyre compounds. This is a new concept for us. This will be interesting to see. We can pick up to 3 dry weather tyre compounds, so it leads to a wide array of strategic options. It should be very interesting as well. We get both safety cars, physical and virtual, depending on the situation. Banned driver aids, which means that the gap between the best drivers and the worst drivers are more exaggerated. Qualifying based grids. Last place bonus to the team placed in 10th. They get a small cash injection to help them to catch up. Fuel tanks 40% race distance. This is slightly different because usually in F1 at the moment it's 100% race distance on a tank of fuel. This is akin to what it was like in the European Racing Series. Teams need to make 2 stops. We are up to speed with this system. We've used it in the European Racing Series for many seasons, so this is going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. Standard merit payments, that's a bit of a shame. Small difference in prize money between top and bottom of the teams, which is good for us now, but when we start to get better, we would prefer it to be larger bonuses to the top end of the scale. And a lot of tyres here, so you don't have to worry about tyre wear. So that is the rules as it currently stands in 2019. So yeah, interesting stuff lies ahead. With a couple of additional rules kicking into play. No, this is all of the rules for 2020, isn't it? Yeah. That is all the rules. So very good indeed. Contracts then. Contract proposal. Sundin is getting her say first. What is she going to say? That is the question. Sundin says contract agreed. She's unhappy with the cost per race, but everything else delights her, and therefore she's willing to bite the bullet. We've got a slight increase to the old wages, but she's worth every penny. She's signing up for a new deal. Say hello to Sundin. Sign her up. Oh, lovely job. Lovely job. For whatever reason, the game is now lagged out. I have no idea what's happening. I may have to restart the recording, so just bear with me, guys. Okay, I'm back. There's a very bizarre situation going on here. Anyway, yes, so Sundin has signed up again. We're still waiting to hear from Sirikov. He is going to let us know very shortly. Ooh, World Motorsport Championship. Pre-season begins. Oh, here we go. Car design unlocked. I'm not bothered about car design right now. I want to know if we're getting Sirikov. We've got sponsors coming in for the new season. Might as well do it now whilst we're here. 3rd or above, 6th or above, 4th or above. I don't think we're going to get to these dizzy heights, to be quite honest with you. So we'll take the 3rd or above for now, just because it offers us the most upfront money. And that's quite reasonable. Very good indeed. Okay, what else we got going on here? Car design. Hey, okay, this is going to be the eye-watering situation. How are we going to design our car? It's got to be cost efficient. But it's also got to have some semblance of performance. Look at this. 21 million for a Steinman engine. Even these, 19. Or we can go completely and utterly rubbish and go for 5 million. Holy flipping cow. This is ludicrous. Absolutely flipping ludicrous. Right, let's think. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to think about the situation. We are two stopping here. We are two stopping because of the fuel regulations, and therefore there's going to be really no emphasis placed on either tyre wear, in my opinion, or fuel efficiency. I don't think it's going to make an iota bit of difference because we're stopping twice pretty much regardless. So tyre wear is pretty much null and void, as is fuel efficiency. Tyre heating, semi-important. Improvability, most important. So in respect of that, that should help us to pick what we need to pick. So tyre wear, very weak. That's not a problem. Tyre heating, medium. That's kind of fits the bill for me. Semi, a little bit of tyre heating, yes. Tyre wear, not bothered. Not bothered. So that's the brake supplier sorted, nice and cheap and cheerful. Material supplier, tyre wear again, and tyre heating. As I said, not overly concerned with tyre wear. A little bit more concerned with tyre heating. So I think very weak and weak is a good compromise. I think that works for us. Fuel supplier. Fuel efficiency, not bothered about so much. Improvability, I am bothered more about that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for medium fuel improvability. We're actually getting a bit of a bonus on the fuel efficiency front as well, which is handy. So that's 6 million there. And this is the big one. Engine supplier. How much do we want to fork out on this engine? How much do we want to fork out? I mean, is there much of a difference? I don't think we can go over. As much as I'm tempted to do this, I really don't think we can sink as low as that. Which means that the difference between 19 million and 22 million, 21 million, I just don't think it's a couple of million difference, and therefore we might as well just go for that. The best improve. I mean, that's not too bad. But in terms of improvability, space stat, and the improvability being very strong, an extra couple of million. If we're going to splash out 19, we might as well just splash out 21. You know what I mean? So that's it. Improvability 4-star, 2.5 for tyre heating. Actually, fuel efficiency ends up being 3, and tyre wear 2. I think that is completely reasonable given the current circumstances in terms of our rule set, in terms of our budget. I think we can make this work. The difference is this. I have no idea what this does. Change these preferences to get the best setup for your new chassis. How on earth? Oh, I see. It tweaks. It tweaks the... Ah, I see. It tweaks the star rating. This is very interesting. So if we want more improvability, for less tyre heating, we can do that. So I think if we go 3-star to tyre heating just short of 3, improvability 4-star, I think about there, 58 centimeters rear package. If we go front package, let's have a look at front package here. What does this change? This just changes tyre wear or fuel efficiency. If I had a choice of the two, I think I would rather go for more tyre wear than fuel efficiency. So I think if we go to the bottom end, maybe go for sort of 2, if we make them even, something like that, 2.5 star each, and I think that's good. Yeah, I like that little option. Just tweaking it slightly. So yeah, tyre wear and fuel efficiency 2.5 star each, tyre heating 3, improvability 4. As a new starter in the championship, I think that seems to work. I'm hoping. 32 smackers, 32 million, 33 million, near enough. Ooh, dear me, that is very painful. Oh, look at this. Look at the curved nose. This, you can tell the difference between this car and the previous cars that we've had. This looks far more technical. We're in the big leagues now. These ain't tin pot racers. This is the elite. The creme de la creme of motor racing. And we're part of it. Oh, the excitement. Right. Let's move on. Contract renegotiation. Surikov wants to renegotiate. I think he's probably got wind that we've been promoted and therefore he's going to ask for more wages. Yeah, I thought so. Bloody well thought so. His patience, though, is pretty good, so we can kind of be a little bit, you know, one step at a time. A couple of ticks up, a couple of ticks up. How's that going to do for you? How's that going to do? How's that going to... Come on. Come on, Surikov. We're a team going places. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Yes, for a couple of seasons we may not be quite up there, but just trust in Potter. Ask Sundin. Don't ask Valdez, he's biased. You know, here we go. Tyre simulations. Tyre simulations. We've been running some early simulations in new car. I think there's some gains to be made with the tyre wear. One of our chassis suppliers is happy to help us out. So for 2.5 million we can get a bit of extra tyre wear. No, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Personally. We need to focus our efforts and our money elsewhere. Now we are going to get some money from our chairman. Don't know how much it'll be for this top division, but it's going to be a fair whack. So whilst we are in pre-season, I think it's an opportunity for us to design or to build a new component to our HQ. Now ideally we want to be upgrading these two, because these are not up to the great standard of the others. But also we want to upgrade this factory so that we can get more development staff, extra part improvement slots. So it's all down to what do we think is most important. That's 15 million. That'll take us down to a very lowly amount. And then we've got engine and front wing, which are these two. So that's 15. So that's 30 million to get everything. What do we want to do? I think we should really focus on our components, to be quite honest with you, in terms of improving them. So we're going to go for upgrading the test track and the wind tunnel. I think we need these components to be great, to keep up to speed with the development race here. We really do. So we're going to get those upgraded straight away. If we get some form of bonus, some kind of cash boost that we don't know about, some cash injection from a rich Saudi Arabian sheikh perhaps, then maybe we'll upgrade the factory. But for now I think them two buildings are most important. I see positive news! I see positive news! Surikov has agreed to come, which means we should all just take a moment out of our time to say goodbye to Sergio Valdez. People wanted him to stay on as a reserve driver, possibly, but I don't think we can justify paying 340,000 or thereabouts per race for a reserve driver that we're probably not going to use. So this is goodbye to Valdez. We're going to miss your hair, Valdez. We're going to miss your strops. We're going to miss your gamesmanship, your personality. We're going to miss you playing your album when you're setting your car up, much to the annoyance of your staff and teammate. We're going to miss your personality, Valdez. We wish you well on your future endeavours, but we must part ways. Thank you for your service. We wish you well in the future. And as somebody did suggest, we will be keeping an eye on Valdez going forward to see what team he signs with and to keep track of his progress. But for now, Mr. Surikov is coming in. It's going to cost us 1.7 million signing on fee. It's worth it. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. And there you go. This is the lineup for the World Motorsport Championship Phoenix Knights team. Sundin is staying for another season. Surikov comes in, 4.5 star with potential to get to 5. Ho ho ho! I've got high hopes. I've got very high hopes. Valdez can't believe it. He can't believe it. He's saying, "Screw you, Brian! Screw you!" Sorry, Valdez. I'm tearing up here. You've been a great servant, faithful servant, but you know, things change. And let's put it this way. You know Surikov. So can we actually check out here the quality of our drivers compared to the opposition? Yes, we can. We've got the 6 best drivers, which I don't think is that shabby, really. Considering that some of these guys have got the likes of, well, real-life counterparts, you know, your Vettels, your Hamiltons, and all the rest of it. These guys are going to have some high-quality drivers. And when we do meet the team, we'll see them. So to have the 6 best drivers on the grid, I don't think it's a disgrace. Our car is 9th best. It's not the worst, but we're really going to have to work our backsides off this season to stay up. Our headquarters, this is where we're going to struggle. This is why people probably suggested that we should stay another season down below and just get our headquarters up a little bit, but we're taking the plunge. We're taking the plunge now. Our staff is 6th best, and our sponsors are pretty good. That may change now because we've lost our marketable Valdez, but for now, we're still 5 star, so it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Onwards. So the final piece of the puzzle really is to finish our car off, because we've got our staff ready, our drivers are now set, and therefore it's all about finishing our car off, ready for the new season. Yeah, that's a lot of time advanced with no action. Am I missing out on something here? I feel like I'm missing out. So lots of people being snapped up. I'm not interested in anybody else now. Our team is set. Sundin has got an entourage here. Oh, Sundin, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know you're champion. Is she turning into the new Valdez here? Valdez is gone and therefore there's a void to fill. You know, there's a void to fill. Who's going to be who's going to be the new marketable teammate? Who's going to be the one that's going to take up the mantle of being the prima donna? Come on, Sundin, this is not you. Swanning about like plonkers. Oh no. Don't do it to us, Sundin, please. Don't. She's lost super overtake mode now as a result of this as well. I'll have you know. Come on, what are you doing? Tyre trade-off. Let's have a look at this. +1 tyre heating to the cost of tyre wear. Nah. I'm quite happy with the setup as it is. I think it's quite fine. I think it's quite nicely balanced. So, it's crashing again. There's something definitely going wrong here. I don't know what's going to happen with this recording. We're getting some major freezing going on with it's the computer. Well, this is going to be an interesting session. I'm getting a load of freezing. Right, I do not know what's happening, but the computer is playing up. This is not good news. This is a relatively new computer. This should not be happening. I am actually going to switch from using Fraps shortly, because I do think that Fraps is probably not the best recording software to use nowadays. So yeah. But anyway, for the time being, we shall continue on. I do apologise for the fragmented nature of the session. But I'm having a few problems. Right, livery edit. There's really no editing required because we are going to keep the same livery that we always have. But for some reason, it's not transferred across to the new car, which is a bit of an issue. Oh no, does this mean I'm going to have to pause the recording again to do this? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, that's a bit of a bugbear that it didn't carry the old livery across, but I think we've got it, well, I'm working off memory here, but I think we got it roughly to what it was. The orange car, the red flame, I can't remember what the colour that the sponsor colours were, but we've got them kind of yellowy, orange. I think that's not too bad. Could be worse, I suppose. Or were they white? No, they weren't white. They weren't white, were they? Nah, that'll do. It's as good as we're going to get it. The 2020 Phoenix Knights car, like it or lump it, this is how it looks. Phoenix Knights. Back and ready for action. So the chassis is done, the livery is done, the drivers, the team is ready. All that is left is testing. And God help us, where are we going to finish in testing? Where are we going to finish? Anything in the top 10 would be absolutely marvellous. Feeling blue. Nikolai is feeling a bit distant. Closed off from the team. I mean, he's a new signing, but this is not going well. We've got damn Sundin with her entourage causing problems, and now Surikov is sulking. I mean, what the hell? This is not what you need when you're starting a new season in the top rank of Championship. Good God. This is not a good sign. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, mid-table. 10th for Sundin. Sundin is quicker than Surikov, who's probably still sulking. This is not good. 14th and 17th. There's no struggling with understeer. Engine not delivering on full power. This has not been a very smooth pre-season testing. Oh God. Was this a mistake? Was getting promoted on first time of asking a mistake? Possibly. Right, we're ready. 11 days to go until the first race of the season in Doha. We've got a load of work to do in terms of developing the car. They've got parts to design, parts to fit, parts to improve. We're in the top rank of Motorsport now. We have Sondin with her entourage causing problems. We have Surikov who's in a mood. Testing didn't go too well. The car is not the best on the grid. All in all, it's going to be a tough season. Find out how we do. Join me next time for the first race of the season. The first 3 or 4 races are going to really be important here because these are the ones where we're going to have the most chance to pick up points when other cars are falling around, breaking down around us. Well, this is our best chance. Once the development race starts in earnest, the other cars, the other teams with their better headquarters are going to probably develop their cars far better than we can, and therefore we really need to make these early races count. No pressure though. So join me next time when the fun and games shall start again. Until then, see you soon.